ऋतुरागं ऋतुरागं ऋतुरागं
நான் தான் மிஸ்டர் இலையுதிர்காலம். தளிராகி இலையாகி உயிர்களோடு உயிராகி மண்ணில் மக்கி உரமாகி மண்ணை மீண்டும் உரமேற்றி உயிர்காக்கும் காலமன்றோ நான். இயற்கை அன்னையின் ஈடில்லா படைப்பில் பருவங்கள் 6. ஓசையின்றி மெதுவாய் தென்றல் தீண்ட பளபளக்கும் தங்கக் காசுகளாய் மடமடவென மஞ்சள் இலைகள் சலசலவென கிளைகளை விட்டு பிரிய சடசடவென இலைகள் சருகுகளாய் உதிர தளிர்களுக்கு வழிவிட்டு தாலாட்டு பாடும் காலமே என் இலையுதிர் காலம். நம்பிக்கை நல்கும் காலம், வசந்தத்தை வரவேற்கும் காலம், எதிர்காலத்தை எதிர்நோக்கி எல்லையில்லா எதிர்பார்ப்புடன் தலை நிமிர்ந்து நிற்கும் தவக்காலம். பழையன கழிதலும் புதியன புகுதலும் கேட்ப புத்துயிர் புகுத்தும் காலம் என் இலையுதிர் காலம்.
Welcome to Sharat Rithu. Autumn is the delicate intermediary between the scorchful heat and the bitter cold. In the months of September and October, we experience the autumn season that is characteristically known for its blushing trees, plump fruits, and harvest. Autumn is the time of the year when peace blooms as the leaves fall, a period of transition from summer to winter. The season, better known as fall, symbolizes the shedding of evil and walking into the bright daylight. The season is well known for the yellow-greenish hues of the weeping willows. Mankind revels in the beauty of the fall colors, a mixture of red, purple, orange, and yellow. The inseparable association of the season with apple cider charms us to an inexplicable transcendence. Autumn indeed reflects the aura of comfort and tranquility. The sweeping serenity in the air, the gentle rustle of the fallen leaves, the ripeness and maturity in nature, the abundance and plenitude in growing, leave an ecstatic feeling. There's nothing left than to say, if a year was stuck inside a clock, then autumn would be the magic hour.
Fall is about releasing the old to make way for the new. Autumn represents the profound message of Lord Krishna, the Gita Acharya, who asks mankind to let go of the past and embrace novelty and change. We begin with a soulful rendition of Mysore Vasudevacharya's composition on Lord Krishna by Shweta.
Bhajare
Autumn is probably the most symbolic and picturesque of all seasons. There are several lessons that Mother Nature tries to teach us through its subtle occurrences. The 3-month long season is filled with metaphor and imagery. Let's watch a play that revolves around a girl who realizes the aesthetic beauty behind autumn and learns a highly important life lesson.
Hello, Ashna.
Hi, it's Ashna here. I just saw you returning from somewhere, so I wanted to ask you if you weren't working from home.
I had actually gone to the post office to drop a letter for my grandmother.
No, that's something that you don't see a lot these days, using letters to communicate.
Well, I haven't talked with my grandmother for a long time, so I thought I'd surprise her with a handwritten letter because she hates texting.
That's exciting. The day is also surprisingly pleasant. I don't usually find the season of autumn to be so appealing.
What? What is it in autumn that you dislike? I think it's absolutely remarkable. The leaves change into a beautiful shade of scarlet and yellow and fall off by the gentlest push of the wind. I think it's nothing short of magical.
Never thought of it that way. I always thought it was sad how the leaves were forced to fall off during October, leaving the tree to look bare and minimal.
Oh, but I have always seen autumn as a season where we shrug off the weight from our shoulders. Haven't you heard the story of the anxious leaf? The story beautifully narrates the anxiety faced by a young leaf when it realizes that ultimately it must fall off. The tree, realizing the anxiety experienced by the young leaf, comforts the leaf by saying that eventually all leaves must fall off or fly away. And when they do, they change into a beautiful color of scarlet and yellow, celebrating the joy of this beautiful life. For in the end of the day, leaves do not fall down because they are old, dead or tired. They fall off because falling off and letting go is one of the many beauties of this life. Imagine if old leaves did not fall off, new leaves will never sprout and there would be no progress at all. I think there is something really important that we must learn from this. Like the leaves, it is very important for us to let go. Am I right?
It's a wonderful insight. You've given me so much to think about. Thank you. Happy that I called you. Bye.
Sure, let's catch up later. Bye.
Who would have thought that a simple conversation about seasons would leave me feeling this way? Sometimes you need to let go. And here I am, holding on to a grudge for so long. Autumn seems like the perfect time to sort out the mistakes of the past and mend relationships. Okay, let me call Kriti.
Wow, Ashna calling me? Hi, what a surprise, Ashna.
Hi Kriti, I heard that autumn is a great time to give surprises.
Why did you call me out of the blue?
Look, I know we have had our differences, I know it's been a long time since we last talked, and I also know that we both made some mistakes. But someone told me today that falling leaves symbolize letting go. And sometimes letting mistakes and indifferences slide leads to a beautiful friendship. Just like how the falling leaves make a beautiful season.
I don't know how much I missed your imagery-filled speech until this moment. I don't know why we let go of our beautiful bond over a petty fight. There have been so many instances that I wanted to talk to you, but I couldn't.
I want you to be my best friend again. I'm so sorry that it took me a whole change of seasons to realize that I missed your company. Looks like autumn isn't just a season of surprises and forgiveness. It's also a season of maturity and renewal.
Well, I had a whole season to thank for a change of mood.
Bye.
Be safe. Bye.
Autumn fact.
Squirrels get smarter. During the grey squirrel's fall catching season, when the critters bury nuts and seeds in hundreds of scattered caches to serve as emergency winter larders, a typical squirrel shows a 15% increase in the size of its hippocampus, the memory and emotion center of the brain, compared to the rest of the year.
The full moon day, when the lustrous orb of silver light glows in the celestial month of Aipasi, is celebrated as Sharad Purnima. People in India celebrate the exuberant brilliance of the autumn season on this day in different nomenclatures like Kumara Purnima, Kojagiri Purnima, Ras Purnima, Navanna Purnima, and Kaumudi Purnima. The radiant white light possesses tremendous curative powers that spread across the entire world.
Devotees
Celebrate the day as the birthday of Goddess Lakshmi, singing hymns in praise of the goddess, praying for prosperity. Abhirami S of class 10N presents for us a mellifluous song on Goddess Mahalakshmi. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi, Jaganmata manamirangi varamaru, Mahalakshmi, Jaganmata manamirangi varamaru, Mahalakshmi. Mahavishnuviன் மார்பிலும் மணிபீட மதனில் அமர்ந்தேடும். மகாவிஷ்ணுவின் மார்பிலும் மணிபீட மதனில் அமர்ந்தேடும். மன்மதனை ஈன்றருளும் தாயே தயாநிதியே மகாமாயே. மன்மதனை ஈன்றருளும் தாயே தயாநிதியே மகாமாயே மகாலட்சுமி. பார்க்கடல் தரும் கிருபாகரி அம்ப பரிந்து வந்தெம்மை ஆதரி. பார்க்கடல் தரும் கிருபாகரி அம்ப பரிந்து வந்தெம்மை ஆதரி. பங்கஜமலர் வளரன்னையே கடை கண்பார் ராமதாசன் பணியும். பங்கஜமலர் வளரன்னையே கடை கண்பார் ராமதாசன் பணியும். மகாலட்சுமி ஜகன்மாதா மனமிரங்கி வரமரு, மகாலட்சுமி.
Autumn Fact.
People born in autumn live longer.
A study found by the Journal of Aging Research found that babies born during the autumn month live for 100 years than those born during the rest of the year.
Their study found that 30% of US centenarians born during 1880 to 1895 were born in the autumn months.
No spring nor summer beauty had such grace as I've seen in one autumnal face, said John Donne. Let's see how this season has triggered the imagination of several poets around the world.
Leaves descend into the ground, orange, magenta, green and brown. The cold crisp breezes in the air. Autumn season must be here. The beauty and serenity of the autumnal landscape has intrigued poets across time, countries and cultures. Their literary expressions project different shades of autumn. We present before you Shades of Autumn, a collection of the different perspective of autumn by poets, all of who have envisioned autumn as a passing phase in nature's continuous process of decay and renewal. These are autumn poems of remembrance, beauty, and an awareness of the cycles of life, the need to have our own conversations and reckoning with mortality.
In India, as the monsoon withdraws its tearful canopy of clouds, autumn starts extending its bounties in the azure sky, in the golden harvest, in the cool breeze, and in the overbrimmed ponds and rivers. In the poem Sharad from Kalpana, Rabindranath's praise of the season merges into the poet's admiration for his country and endows the seasonal lyric with a patriotic shade. Ah, what a graceful image of thee I've seen in the autumn morn. Oh, my motherland, your dusky form is shimmering in a bright halo. The wreath of Shivali around the mother's neck has filled the earth with its scent. Her veil is embedded with gauzy clouds as white as cream, with the coronet of the golden sun, graced by the beauty of green and gold. With the floral trimmings at her feet, there stands our mother adorned. The entire earth is smiling at the plenty of light, dewdrops, blossoms, and corn.
Contrary to the bountiful harvest of the season and this atmosphere of fruitfulness, the western perspective of autumn is manifested through the ripening and shedding of leaves from the trees in bright shades of brown, red, orange and yellow that identifies the season as fall as it appears in Keats' To Autumn. Where are the songs of spring? Aye, where are they? Think not of them, thou hast thy music too, while barred clouds bloom the soft dying day, and touch the stubble plains with rosy hue. Then in a wailful choir the small gnats moan among the river sallows, bound aloft or sinking as the light wind lives or dies, and full-grown lambs loud bleat from hilly bound, hedge crickets sing, and now with treble soft the redbreast whistles from a garden croft, and gathering swallows twitter in the skies.
Autumn has always been my favorite season, the time when everything bursts with its last beauty, as if nature had been saving up all year for the grand finale. Ernest Townsend reflects this positivity in his poem Autumnal. Pale amber sunlight falls across the reddening October trees that hardly sway before a breeze as soft as summer. Summer's loss seems little, dear, on days like these. Let misty autumn be our part. The twilight of the year is sweet. Where shadow and the darkness meet, our love, a twilight of the heart, eludes a little time's deceit. Are we not better and at home in dreamful autumn? We who deem no harvest joy is worth a dream. A little while a night shall come, a little while then let us dream.
Autumn asks that we prepare for the future, that we be wise in the ways of garnering and keeping, but it also asks that we learn to let go, to acknowledge the beauty of sparseness. Autumn is indeed the crowning glory of the year, bringing us the fruition of months of thought and care and toil. It is a symphony of permanence and change.
Autumn in India. India is a tropical region, meaning it is located close to the equator and receives sunlight all year long, leading to a less autumn vibe. But it is during autumn that the nation, especially North India, celebrates Diwali, the festival of lights. In Jammu and Kashmir, the flowering of saffron and the reddening of the leaves of the chinar tree happen during autumn. And the perfect place to visit in India during autumn is undoubtedly Himachal Pradesh, specifically Dharamsala. Thank you.
Kartike Deepam is a festival of lights that is celebrated by Hindus in Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. As per the Tamil calendar, it falls in the month of Kartige, which is mid-November to mid-December, on the full moon day of the Sharad Rithu. Tamilians light up earthen lamps in their homes in the evening. Tiruvannamalai is one of the Panchabhuta Sthalams of Lord Shiva, representing the Agni Sthalam, which is fire. Lord Shiva temples in other places also hold grand Kartike Deepam celebrations. The temple at Chidambaram is also one of the Panchabhuta Sthalams of Lord Shiva, representing the Akasha, which is the space. Ms. Samyukta Swaminathan, Our alumna will now perform a classical dance in praise of Lord Nataraja, another form of Lord Shiva at Chidambaram.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My name is Samyukta Swaminathan and I'll be presenting to you today a Kirtanam on Lord Nataraja, the presiding deity of Chidambaram. He dances with elegance and joy on the golden stage Chit Sabha as assured the great sages in the North Kailasa, in the month of Thai, in the star Kusam and in the daytime. Natana Madinar, a beautiful composition by Sri Gopala Krishna Bharadiyar, set in Vasanta Raagam and Kandajati at a Tala.
Tadim tadim takadim tadim kitadim tadim takadim takitatum ta taragada 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 titta taragada titta taragada 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 ta tikitatum tikitatum
Adanam Adidar Vegunagarigamagave Kanaka Sabailananda Natanam Adidar Vegunagarigamagave Kanaka Sabailananda Natanam Adinar Vegunagari Gamagave Kanaka Sabai Natanam Adinar வடகையிலையில் முன்னாள் மாமுனி கருள் செய்தபடி தவறாமல் இல்லை பதியில் வந்து தை மாசத்தில் குரு பூசத்தில் பகல் நேரத்தில் வடகையிலையில் முன்னாள் மாமுனி கருள் செய்தபடி தவறாமல் தில்லை பதியில் வந்து தை மாசத்தில் குரு பூசத்தில் பகல் நேரத்தில் தாம் தகிடத கஜம் தகணம் தரி குந்தரிரீம் திமித தனனம் தனனம் தரி குந்தரி ததினு தினு ததீட்லாம் தீட்லாம் திமி தாகுதத ஜணு ஜணு ததீம் தீகுத தைய தைய ததிமி தகிட தகத கத ஜணு ததிமி தக்கிட தகதாம் திக்கிட தகதை தத்தோ நடனம் ஆடினார் வெகுநாகரி கமாகவே கனக சபையில் நடனம்
Autumn's immortal beauty fills our soul. The richest season's beauty, brought out in an exhilarating way by our students, has taken us around to show us the best things of the season. It is truly a blissful and peaceful time before winter. Spring passes and one remembers one's innocence. Summer passes and one remembers one's exuberance. Autumn passes and one remembers one's reverence. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. to experience the cozy winter to remember one's perseverance. This is Ujjwala, Rogini Varshini and Trisha Amoga signing off. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.